Hey everyone, it's Dawn Forkenbrock with Keller Williams Realty Sonoran Living. I wanted to talk to you today about home ownership, and specifically those of you who would like to be a homeowner and maybe you don't know where to start or you don't think it's a possibility, or to those of you that are thinking about upgrading and same thing, don't know where to start or know if it's a possibility. So I had some good habits I wanted to share with you and 4 tips that I believe can help you get on track to becoming a homeowner or possibly upgrading. So the first tip is in regards to saving money for a down payment. So I know there's a lot of people out there that may be thinking, I don't have any extra money. All the money that I'm making is already going towards bills. So how in the world can I possibly save money for a down payment? So I had a couple of ideas I do want to share with you. So the first one is going to be cutting your daily Starbucks or whatever it is that you like to get. Maybe it's a couple times a week or every day. I know for me, a lot of you that know me personally know that I love Starbucks. And so I'm going to use my example. My drink that I get is a grande iced latte with a splash of half and half on top. So if you're in the area and you would like to bring me something, that's my drink. Just kidding. But every time I go, it's about $4.16, depending on the city because tax varies. So if I were to buy that drink 5 days a week over the course of 5 years, that adds up to over $5,400. And that almost makes my stomach hurt. It kind of does upset my stomach because $5,000 for coffee to me is not worth it. And I know a lot of us think, oh, what's $4? It's not that much money. But over time, it really does add up. So whether you like getting your coffee or a soda or an ice cream or whatever it is that you like to get kind of on a regular basis, think about cutting that out and saving that money to use towards a house in the future. Another idea I had was cutting your cable. So I know nowadays there's so many options when it comes to television that the old way of spending hundreds of dollars on cable is not necessarily necessary. Not necessarily necessary. That makes sense, right? I love these videos because, like, hey, this is how I talk, right? So anyways, I did an example of spending $75 a month on cable, which I actually think is kind of low. But just to make it simple, let's say your cable bill is $75 a month and you cut that out. Over the course of 5 years, that's $4,500. So add that to your Starbucks or whatever it is that you like to get. If you cut that, we're talking now $10,000 in the course of 5 years. That's a lot of money. So I would highly recommend kind of looking at your expenses and figuring out what can I cut and then setting aside that money and using it for future home purchase or maybe an upgrade. For those of you that maybe are on a very tight budget and you've already cut these things, because I know I have heard this before and there isn't anything else that you literally cannot cut anything else, please know that there are programs available like down payment assistance where you're actually given the money for your down payment for a home purchase. So that is an option as well. My second tip I want to give you is to create a savings account specifically for your home. I call it a house savings account. So you take that money that you cut, so that Starbucks, the cable bill, whatever, and you actually put it in a separate account. So that way the money is not being commingled with your checking account that you use for your bills or your other savings account for your family. You're literally setting aside that money only for your home purchase. You can also add in other things. So let's say you were supposed to go to dinner with a friend and then you end up not going. You probably maybe would have spent, what, $15? And so you stayed home and you made a sandwich that cost $2. So take the difference, take the $13, the 15 minus the 2 that you did spend on the sandwich, and take that $13 and put that in the house savings account as well. And I promise you over time, that is going to build up and give you a really nice down payment and money towards your future home. Tip number 3 is to take home ownership for a test drive. So what I mean by that is use your monthly bills to kind of make it feel like you're a homeowner. And let me explain. So let's say that you currently are renting a house and your payment is $1,300 a month. Download a free mortgage app calculator, kind of figure out how much home that you would want based on what the house values are. And if you don't know, I'm happy to help you with that. And you figure out your mortgage payment would be $1,500 a month. So $200 more than what you're currently paying. Pay your rent, pay your $1,300, but take that $200 that you would have spent if you had a mortgage payment and stick that aside. So it truly feels like you made a $1,500 payment. Do the same thing for the utilities. And this is kind of just obviously estimating, but if you live in an apartment, your electric bill's $100 a month, but your best friend lives in a 2,000 square foot home, and that's kind of what you'd like to get in the future, ask him or her what their bill is. Let's say theirs is $200, so it's an extra $100. Take that extra 100, set that aside as well. So that way you're getting in the right mindset of being a homeowner and knowing what it feels like to pay out that kind of money. And the interesting thing is a lot of times the bills end up actually being a little bit less. So I know some people have been paying close to $2,000 a month in rent, but then when they see what the prices are for the home that they would want to buy, the mortgage payment is actually a little bit less. So that's something to take into consideration too. So I am happy to help you figure out kind of where your payment would be depending on what area you would want to be and what house that you would want to buy, just so you can kind of do this activity and do this exercise. So feel free to reach out if that's something I can help with. And then the last and the final tip number 4 is don't miss any payments. So not just credit cards, car loans, don't miss your utility payments. Anytime you miss a payment, it can really negatively affect your credit, which in turn, when you go to apply for that mortgage, can negatively affect that application. It mean that you are approved for a higher interest rate, which in turn actually lowers your buying power, because a higher interest rate is going to mean a higher mortgage payment, which means you're actually approved for less home. So making your payments on time is super, super important. Thank you all so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions or you are thinking about purchasing a home and just want to talk a little bit more, I would love to help you. Feel free to reach out to me via email, telephone, text. I'm here to help. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.